It's happening.
It's snowing!
It stopped,
I mean,
but
kind of.
it was snowing.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back. It's another episode of Mini and Mea. I'm Minnie.
AKA?
Howard. You're just supposed to say I'm Mea.
Oh, I'm Mea.
Now, if you want to introduce yourself.
Also known as Forever Mea Knits on Instagram and Ravelry. And you are...
I'm Middle Needs Miniature Worlds. You may have seen my work on Critical Role. I made the ships for seasons 2 and season 3 of Critical Role. And you...
I've only watched the episodes where your ships came out, so I don't
fair.
know.
That's all right. My name's Howard. And
I'm Michelle.
Yeah, there we go.
And, well, I'm currently unemployed.
Whoa!
But that was my choosing. Stepped out of my job,
So
and I'm
purpose.
stepping into a new season of work. So I'm working towards getting my licensing as a professional counselor. So that's a new adventure.
I think you'd be great at that.
Well, thank you. And what do you do?
I not only make and sell miniature gaming accessories, but I also sell houses. I help people navigate the process of buying and selling homes here in the Portland metro area, mostly on the east side, if I can help it.
Yeah.
But,
And we have 3 daughters, and we love them a lot, and they're super duper fun and silly and awesome. And we really have loved this season of both working from home because we get to spend a lot of time with our kids.
yeah.
And they're at an awesome school. So we have time to do fun stuff like this and a little bit of wiggle room to do crafting and hobbies. So we're going to share about that. I am a knitter, spinner, crocheter, sometimes sewer. And Howard
Plays Dungeons and Dragons, Satan's Game, and points to you if you got that reference. And like I said, I like to make miniature terrain and gaming accessories. I also print and paint minis, and I am just starting to learn how to make my own models using Blender.
Yeah, which is really exciting with the hope of being able to create his own models and sell them.
Yeah,
So that's a fun venture that you are working on.
it is.
So let's start with,
What's on the needles? What's on the workbench?
Yeah.
You want to go first?
sure.
What's on the needles, Michelle?
I wasn't going to share anything on the needles today.
Oh, no. Did I get the phrase wrong?
Well, no, because last time I showed a whole bunch of whips,
Yeah.
works in progress.
Yeah, that's the same.
And so I don't really have any works in progress to show. I only have some finished things
How
today.
come our kitchen was such a mess and such a tiny little space, though?
Oh, that's because I decided to try dyeing yarn.
You've done it
show
before.
that.
Is that what you're going to start with?
Sure. I'll start with that.
Look at
So here is the yarn that I dyed.
this. It is beautiful.
It's got blues, yellows, magentas,
Covering my
purples. So I started by doing just grays.
Like a newer day.
Grays like a New Day, and oh, look at that bluey green spot. And cooked that up and let it sit in just the gray. And then I went to speckle it.
Speckle.
And I wanted it to speckle like this one where you see mostly gray, but then there's just little itty bitty pops of color. But red happened. And it just like dumped when I went to
The
sprinkle
magenta
it.
was like, here I am to save the day!
Which is totally fine because I feel like I kind of made a fade. This one is like a little bit, and this one's medium, and this one's like a lot.
Bam.
So maybe I'll just knit them in that order. And then
see
it'll
that.
be fine. There's still damp.
Are you making something specific with this? Are you making a sweater, or what are you making?
I was
out of this?
thinking about making the Boxy sweater by Hoki Locatelli. And it's just like a nice oversized comfy sweater. Yeah.
You want to talk about those colors and what they mean?
Yeah, in my head, I was thinking through how like fiber is my medium for art right now. And what if I dyed yarn that expressed kind of the gray of grief and kind of the like muteness of that, how it just washes over you, and then what that feels like to have new color and new life peeking through. So that was like the idea of a gray, stormy day with sprinkles of light coming through, breaking through, which felt so wild because when I shared that with my kids and Howard this morning, one of our daughters immediately said that that's what it looked like when she was just looking at it. And then Howard said he had a dream about that last night. So it was so wild.
Genuinely did.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Anyway, so the bear yarn is like, starts out just stark white.
It's bear yarn?
It's not from bears.
Oh.
B-A-R-E. And it's, I'm going to rattle through all the things.
Okay.
It's fingering weight, 100 grams, merino nylon. And
Per skein, right? So it's 300 grams?
Correct. And then I bought it from Knit Picks. It's the Swish fingering. And I bought this a while ago in a bulk pack, because if you buy it in a bulk pack of 20, the price per skein is super affordable. And then you just get to experiment. And then I used this dye kit, Greener Shades, and it comes with all the instructions on what you're supposed to do and what temperature you're supposed to make it. And it comes with citric acid because that helps the dye adhere to the fiber. And it comes with all these different little jars of color. And these are super deceptive because you think that they're like really full. It's like you can see the bottom. That's how like thin the layer of powder is inside. Because it really hardly takes anything to make a really dramatic impact on your yarn. So if this, that's probably just because it is the starter kit. And so it's, yeah, it's like a fractions of an ounce per.
That way you get to
experiment with it, see what colors you like, and then you could order them in bulk if you were actually going to become a professional like hand dyer, which I don't think I am. It's a lot of work.
One of the kids wants to.
Yes, but we shall see. That could be an adventure somewhere else down
She also wants to make a unicorn land that is pretty much a clone of Great Wolf Lodge, but themed with unicorns instead of wolves. So
I mean, come on now.
We'll see.
Doesn't that sound amazing? You could like go down a slide that's a rainbow tail.
Yeah. And instead of magic wands, everybody gets their own personalized unicorn horn. That seems maybe like that would be bad.
I'm like, my neck.
We ripped the unicorn's horns off and gave them out to these little kids.
My neck hurts just thinking about kids having to like make the unicorn horn.
Yeah,
work.
you strap it to your forehead and it's like you're playing the game. I like this playing.
Oh my gosh.
Great.
All right, what do you have on the workbench?
On the workbench for me, I still have this giant turtle in the background. I just was putting some terrain on it to see what it might look like if it had like a village or a castle on its back, which is what I'm working towards. But that's just a thing to show.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this glove on because I have some uncured resin prints here, just to show what I've been working on. And I don't react well to the resin. Michelle doesn't seem to have a problem with it.
It really doesn't do his skin well. But it doesn't bother me at all. So I tend to be the one who washes and cleans the prints.
Which is amazing. So I'm gonna do the thing where so this is like the basic block out shape
covering your eyes
of a dragon. I can't tell what I'm doing. So it's made with multiple primitive shapes and just joined together to make it easier to work with for sculpting.
Very good.
It's supposed to have wings. This one is a slightly further along version. See, I'm so bad at this.
Just close. I can see it.
So that's great. Sorry.
You're doing awesome. You can also.
This one actually, the wing on one side stayed on. So it's clear that I have to. It's clear that I have to make the wings thicker. But this is the first miniature that I'm trying to make. And I'm following, Grant Abbott is the guy on Blender on YouTube whose tutorials I've been following. And he's been very great.
I've done these ones are your
3
blenders?
tutorials.
These are your Blender creations?
These are my creations. So I've made... So It's coming along. I still have to sculpt detail, and the issue with the wing would probably be fixed if I scaled it at the right size. Because I did print them small just to see how they would look. But it's a learning process. I've never printed my own miniatures before. You know, I've printed tons of other people's miniatures, or I've made Hero Forge miniatures before and printed those. So it's a very fun process. I'm not very good at it yet, so it's very slow. But it's exciting. I'm very excited about it.
Yeah.
Because I want to do, not only do I want to make my own miniatures for gaming and make things available for sale, but I've wanted for a long time to be able to make my own characters that I can pose and print and then create dioramas to illustrate stories with.
Yeah. So you're on your way on that journey.
I'm on my way. And I think that's pretty much all I have in progress right now. I printed a few more miniatures for another friend of mine, but yeah, I don't have a lot to show other than that. But I feel like that's a good amount.
Yeah.
It represents way more work than the awkward 90 seconds of trying to show those to you.
It's true. It's hours and hours of work to do that. But
So
the cool
slow.
thing is once you get it to the place that you want it to be,
Then it can
just be printed.
Yeah,
Like
and
for
I can
somebody
pose
else
it, and I
so
can-
easily.
yeah.
But
I haven't learned how to pose things yet in Blender. That's the next lesson. After I get the details on, I've barely figured out alpha brushes, but my laptop is not strong enough to run it, so I have to do it on the big computer.
Yep. Yeah. So no commission boats right now.
No commissions on boats right now. So yeah, if you want a boat, shoot me a message and I'll
Or other commissions.
fit
Yeah.
you in.
No trophies?
No, nothing new on there. I got distracted. I started to learn Blender specifically so I could whip some of those out, and then I was like, well, if I'm going to learn Blender, I might as well start making dragons!
Yeah, that sounds right.
You have any finished projects for us?
I do.
You're,
Say it though.
Hold on. What? What have you done today to make you feel proud? Sorry.
That's right. Thank you, Heather. So,
That's small.
Heather Small. I made the Stepping Stones Cardi by Rebecca McKenzie, and it is a fantastic pattern. So, yeah, last time we talked a little bit about how I tend to be a monogamous crafter, but I had just started so many things and I got quickly overwhelmed, so then I just focused on one, and it was this one. So, I have made the cardigan, and
Look at these cool...
all the ends are
sleeves.
woven in.
That's so cool looking.
It is
On the sleeves
not
and on the bottom.
blocked yet.
Not
So,
blocked, and you don't have buttons on it, right?
there's no buttons. It's just an open
it's just-
cardigan.
oh, okay.
But so all this where it's like crinkly right here will be open and stretched out like that and real smooth.
Cool.
It is so cozy and squishy, and I really, really like it. And it was a different construction for me. You started down here at the bottom and worked all the way up, and then had to do this one and this one and this one in the back, and then connect it, and then add the sleeves. So it was a different construction than I'm used to. I like to start at the top and just work my way down and then add the sleeves. And then I used this yarn, which was awesome. And I think we said last time it was like the Chana doll,
Yeah.
like a yummy curry
Making me
color.
hungry.
Oh, curry is so good.
I want some.
So do I.
Oh, man.
When can we get curry? There's not that many
On
good
the
curry
inside.
places near us.
Yeah, we have to cross the river, and it's like a different world over there, folks.
It is. Anyways, I will post pictures on Instagram once this is blocked, what it looks like
Cool.
on, but it already fits so cozy on me, so it's gonna feel even better once it's blocked.
Nice.
And that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, so now I get to like pick up what I want to work on next.
Okay.
So we'll see what that might be. Anyways, we thought it would be fun to play a game. So that's all we have for content this week, which is fine. It's like a shorter window since we last.
I was going to talk about
Recorded.
the book that we got, but we can do that at the end.
Okay. Today is February 28th.
Yes.
So we are on the last day of February.
And it snowed again today.
And it sprinkly snowed again. And we also had made back in last May or June, when we decided to start doing this, we made that commitment to make it past my birthday, which was this February. So yay for us. So I think this is episode
13, I think, or 12.
Something. And did I have a point?
We were going to talk about our 2 different hobbies.
And we like doing that. We're really happy that we've been doing this.
We're going to talk about terminology a little bit.
And so we thought it would be fun to play a game now, after all that rambling I just did.
And we're just going to play Marvel Champions live here on the record. I'm just kidding.
No.
We're not. But I did just recently buy this game, and it's super fun. And if you like Marvel, and you're like, 5-minute Marvel is way too simple, you should try this. It's super fun. You get to pick a character, and your deck is basically how the character plays, and it's cooperative, which is great for families. And it's fun.
Yeah, we made a new friend who plays it on Thursdays at a local game shop, and Howard went to go check it out, and then came home with the whole game.
I accidentally bought the game. Whoops. Got a good deal on it. It was a good deal. It was a returned copy, so they gave me a great price.
All right, so the other game that we thought would be fun. So if you're just here to hear about the printing and
the knitting,
you're welcome to peace out.
But don't, because you'll miss this great game where you have to figure out, is this a real word or expression or a term? And is it a knitting expression or term? Or a gaming term?
Or I was going to just say some and see if it translated into your world.
Okay, all right.
And what it means. So, in like almost every knitting or magazine or whatever, every pattern, there's always a list of abbreviations for techniques. So, M1R.
M1R.
And he's just using his own mental database.
Make one roll.
Make one right.
Oh, okay.
So like make a stitch that's right leaning. KFB.
Kill furbolgs. KFB. But don't. Furbolgs are good now.
KFB means you're supposed to knit into the front and back of the same stitch to make it into 2 stitches. KFB. Knit front back.
That's, yeah.
What about beg?
Yeah. You can beg, and a lot of times if you're visiting a town, there'll be beggars, and if you give them coins, you can get quests from them sometimes. Or ask them for directions to like the best bar, where you can start a bar fight.
Yeah, it just means beginning.
Well, so beg is beginning, but B-B-E-G in Dungeons & Dragons is big, bad, evil guy.
Oh.
So B-beg.
B-beg. What about SSK?
SSK. That sounds like a software something kit, like a development kit for software.
It means slip, slip, knit. So you slip the stitch together, and then knit them together so that you take 2.
Slip,
slip, knit.
Knit.
Yeah. What about...
How many times can you say slip, slip, knit in a row?
My brain does weird things. So like when I was doing the lace pattern on this cardigan, and it was YO for yarn over.
Yo!
And then it was SSK, and then it would be knit 1, and then it would be K2 tog. And then my brain would be like, yosk 2. tog 1.
That's gonna be my next Star Wars.
Like my brain just like abbreviates it.
I am yosk tog. I am a bounty hunter.
Yes, exactly. Proficient in the woolen arts. All right, what about P2 tog?
Pay to tog.
What is tog?
I don't know.
Oh.
That one guy?
That one guy. Pay him. It just means purl 2 together.
Well, P to W is pay to win.
What about cast on or cast off? CO.
Cast on and cast off, yeah. Like there's concentration spells that you can learn. So if you have a concentration spell and you want to start another one, you have to give up the benefits of the first concentration spell.
Yeah, see, so casting is a mutual terminology.
Yeah, we both like
between our
casting.
Arts. Yeah, we both like casting.
Fishermen too. They like to cast also.
It's true. What about yo?
What about yo? You only what?
Yo means just yarn over.
Yarn over. That's the end of the story. There's no more yarn.
What about PM?
Private message.
Place a marker.
No.
It means to put a marker
Private message.
somewhere along your knitting.
Or it's PM, like in the afternoon or evening.
That's true. That's true. Slip?
So if you slip, you could fall prone, potentially. You'd have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh. Interesting. What about fall?
That's if you didn't make the saving throw. You fell.
What about deck?
Deck? Like, that would be a surface that you could slip on. But dex is the...
Dexterity.
Yeah, dexterity. It's short for dexterity, which is what your reflex saving throw is based on.
Oh, in knitting, it's just DEC, and it means to decrease.
I could see that.
Yeah. Versus ink, which is increase.
Oh, sure.
But there's many different ways to decrease or increase.
With pluses and minuses or multiplications and divisions?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, do you have any abbreviations?
Well, you already know dex.
Yeah.
What is int?
Int would be like an intermediate knitting pattern.
No, int is intelligence.
Oh.
So the higher your intelligence, the more skill points you get every time you level up.
Okay.
What about whiz?
Whiz?
W-I-S.
There's no there's no whiz in knitting.
Whiz,
Unless you're like advanced.
whiz is wisdom.
Wisdom. Oh,
Wisdom.
that makes sense.
And it's important for saving throws when people are trying to like
When you're gonna
control
fall.
your brain.
On the deck.
No, that's dex.
Oh.
Let's see. Int, whiz, cha, or C-H-A. C-H-A? It's important for bards and sorcerers. And maybe rogues.
There's no CHA unless it's to like chain or change color. That would be like CH.
C-H-A is charisma, which is how either...
But why do you say cha? Why isn't it ka?
Well, I don't usually say it. I would just say charisma, but it's on your character sheet, it's C-H-A.
Gotcha.
And then we've got or S-T-R.
That would be like straight stitch.
No, strength.
Strength.
Strength!
What about an MC?
What about an MC? Because that's a master of ceremonies.
In knitting, it's the main color.
Maybe the main campaign.
Main campaign.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Said strength. And then dex. You already know dex.
Wisdom, intelligence.
And the last one is con. C-O-N. Con!
That's K-A-H-N.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Con. Control.
Constitution. And it determines how resilient you are when you take damage. Like it tells you how many hit points you get.
I love that. Every time I think of the word constitution, I think it's time for tea, biscuits, and my walk for my constitution. Why is that a thing?
That's not
in my
something.
head?
That's not something that we would ever say during a Dungeons and Dragons session.
But you should, and you could.
I kind of feel like I need to now.
It's good for your constitution.
What about NPC? Do you have NPCs?
Nope.
No.
No, I don't know that there's any terminology with an N.
Or PC?
A PC?
Yeah.
No.
A PC is a player character, and an NPC is a non-player character. What about DM?
Are there NPCs in Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah.
Oh.
The DM controls them.
Oh.
Who's the DM?
So then they're not technically a non-player character.
The DM isn't a player. Only the members of the party are the players. The DM is the one running the game.
Gotcha. What was the last one you said?
DM.
DM. I know that's the dungeon master.
Yeah, who's this guy?
I don't know if that's a terminology.
Dungeon master. See, he's a dungeon master.
No, there's just DPNs.
Oh, we have DPS.
What's DPS?
Damage per second.
A DPN is a double-pointed needle.
No, you could do twice as much damage with it.
It's true.
It's an improvised weapon. Probably does like 1d2 damage.
Yeah, it's very threatening stuff.
Cool.
Anyways, that's the end of that.
That's the end of that.
I think it would be fun to put a little clip at the end of Snow.
Oh yeah, we could do that.
You and one of the girls sledding down the hill.
I'll see if I can find
But
one.
before we do that, we received a very lovely gift from someone who was watching the podcast, which feels so amazing and very touching.
So a friend that I went to school with, and I graduated high school way back in the 90s. But a friend reached out to me and asked if I had ever read this, and I had not. But it is called Wildflower Kiss from Heaven. And it was written by a friend of hers, Natalia Shudrock. I'm hopefully pronouncing that correctly. But it deals with her loss of her brother, and it just talks about, basically it's like a journaling prompt book, but it gives encouragement for writing, and it talks about her having a conversation with God, basically. She refers to him as doctor throughout the book. And the doctor prescribes writing to her. So it goes through the prompts of writing about the loss, and it's got some really great, like, mixed media style illustrations in it. It's a very, very light read in terms of the density of the material.
Like easy to
But
read,
it is
but also
very emotional to read. So it's just another great resource, I would say, to somebody who is going through grief and who could use a little bit of guidance in how and what to write. And it's got some great little
reflections and self-care tips.
Yeah.
So it's a very interactive and beautiful gift.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So, thank you very much, Katrina.
And if you are also experiencing grief and loss, go check this book out. So thank you.
All right. And I think that's pretty much it today.
I think so. We're going to talk a little bit of gratitude.
Yeah.
That's always a very important practice.
What are you thankful for? A 4-day weekend.
Really, truly. I mean, that's really why this cardigan is done.
Because you didn't.
It's because we
couldn't go anywhere for a couple
had a
days.
snow weekend, and it was super unexpected, and I love the snow. And we feel very blessed and privileged in the fact that
we
didn't lose power. It didn't impact our work. You know, there's so many people who that is really devastating to lose 2 days of work.
Yeah.
So the fact that we're able to just relax and spend lots of quality time playing games and snuggling with our kids, and
we did make them do some homework because they didn't have school, but they still had school work.
It's true.
But
we had fun watching some shows, and you took the girls out on some dates once the roads cleared.
Yeah.
And
some one-on-one daddy-daughter dates that I owed them from Valentine's Day.
Didn't owe them.
Well, because I was still fasting during that week.
Yeah.
For my challenge.
You set the dates with them on Valentine's Day and then took them out. This last week was really, really special.
Yeah.
So I'm really thankful for that unexpected chunk of quality time that we got. And rest time. It was really literally my last day of work was that Wednesday, and we got hit with 4 days of rest. And it just felt like this gift of just let yourself rest. which is really, really, really nice. What are you thankful for?
I am thankful for, I don't know, lots of things. I'm thankful for the gym. I'm thankful for opportunities to become better at my work and like the help that you're going to be giving me today with organizing my contact list. And I'm thankful for I'm thankful that the house that I have in a contract is through the inspection period and we're just waiting for the new roof to get built. And yeah, I'm thankful for all those things.
Yeah. Ditto.
All right. Go out there, tell somebody that you like their stuff, that you like them. If you watch other creators, if you follow people on social media and they make your day brighter, make their day brighter. Yeah. Send them a message. Tell them, hey, great work. Thanks for making stuff. If you're making stuff, thanks. You're doing awesome.
Yeah. We need people who create good and beautiful things.
Yeah.
And warm and cozy things.
And warm and cozy things.
And wonderful, fantastical things.
Yeah. All those things.
We're made to create.
All right.
All right.
That's it. Howard and, or shoot, I said it wrong. Mini and Mea.
Out.
Out.